Turkish Airlines Euroleague. I feel devotion.
A German giant-killing act to remember in our Game of the Week. The shape of things to come as the regular season reaches the halfway stage. The big men who are the centre of attention. A one-off event when two Basque teams met in Euroleague. The standout players from regular season Game 5. Defending champ Panathinaikos flew to Bamberg, Germany. The Greek team was preparing to take on Brose Baskets at the Stekert Arena after being downed last week by CSKA Moscow after an overtime at the Waka. On the opposite side, coach Chris Fleming was trying to set out a solid game plan in an attempt to claim victory against a tough opponent indeed.
That we have to, be ourselves and not get out of character. We have to play 100% every play. And also not be scared of them. They're a big team, big name, but not let it scare us and still play basketball.
Brose Baskets could rely on the noisy backing of the great home supporters.
Bamberg plays with a lot of energy, which they get from their crowd as well. It's a great crowd. I've been here before with a different team, so we need to just control the rhythm, control the ball.
Coach Obradovic had an insight to how the Germans were going to approach the game and set in motion the plan to counteract Brose's moves. The aim was to snatch an important road win at Bamberg.
They're a team that they try to run, they play fast, they know in every moment what they want to do.
Shoot put from deep, shoot put, three-pointer, keeping Brose Baskets ahead, 14-11.
Casey Jacobson and Predrag Soput helped Brose Baskets get off to a good start. The home team mounted a lead towards the end of the first quarter. Obradovic was able to count on two stars such as Kaimakoglu and Diamantidis to stay close and then to edge ahead before half-time. 37-40 through a two-pointer by Kalathis.
I just want them to play every possession hard. I think we're right where we need to be at this time. It's a one-possession game. It's about a loose ball. It's about taking a charge. It's about making the extra pass on one offense. We're right where we need to be. We just got to play hard for 20 minutes.
Look at the alley-oop to Marcus Slaughter. Diamantidis trying to take charge from Panathinaikos, pass to Logan, three-pointer down for David Logan.
At the end of a very balanced third quarter, Brose Baskets marked the game with a 13-0 run thanks to a wonderful contribution from Julius Jenkins. The American guard netted 7 points in the last quarter alone on a glittering night for Brose against Panathinaikos. And how the fans celebrated the 79-76 win, thanks also to Suput, our player of the game.
Because we play together, we play great defense, and we don't get the respect today for Panathinaikos, for champion from last year, and that's just the result.
In Group A, the situation is finely balanced. Three teams, Caja Laboral, Bennett Cantu, and Fenerbahce Ulker, are tied on a 3-2 record, and the other three teams have won 2 games. Caja Laboral seem to be the group's top dogs after winning the first 3 games, but in the last 2, Ivanovic's team have lost in Nancy and most recently at home, where they were unable to defend a 5-point lead with 3 minutes left against Gezkrab Bilbao, losing out to an 11-point unanswered run in the last minutes. The team from Vitoria is mastering close finishes. 4 of the 5 games played have ended with a winning margin of 5 or less points. The same holds for Fenerbahce, who in the last game day survived at home, beating Bennett Cantu after 1 overtime. Olympiacos recorded its second win of the regular season, defeating Nancy 91-78. It all boiled down to the third period pressure by the Reds when they took a 15-point lead. A late rally by the French team was halted by triples from Pelikanos and Spanoulis. Olympiacos, Nancy and Cantu are the only sides still unbeaten at home, but to get ahead in the race for a spot in the top 16, victories on the road are priceless. Bilbao have the only 2-3 record, but which includes one away victory. 5 rounds in, and all the teams are close in the standings. Every single basket could influence who'll advance to the top 16. Akina Kingbala, in his first Euroleague from Game 1, already plays like a veteran. He hails from Nigeria, where his basketball talents were allowed to shine through.
It's a sport that everybody plays, just like soccer. You know, I had length, I was taller than everybody else, and when I started playing basketball, you know, I was better than everybody else, so I just stuck with it.
A number of important basketball big men have come from Nigeria, in the heart of Africa. Men who've also had a significant impact on Euroleague.
Right now, you have a lot of these players going back to Nigeria and setting up camps, and I think this is good for a lot of the young kids coming up, knowing that they can play the highest level of basketball anywhere in the world. We all know how Nigeria is, and coming out of Nigeria and making something big of yourself, you know, it's inspiring to everybody.
With the growing number of African players in European basketball, interest is increasing throughout the continent.
You know, you have more African players in Europe than you have in the league. This is going to help gain a lot of audience in Africa, just as long as you have a lot of players from their country playing in Europe. So I think it's a good move for the Euroleague.
Kingbala has travelled all around the world playing basketball, the USA, Latvia, Spain and Russia, before arriving in France.
It's more like a paid working vacation. You know, you get to travel, you get to meet new people, and that just kind of helps you as an individual become a better person, seeing different cultures and seeing how everyone interacts.
The 28-year-old from Lagos boasts a complete range of skills for a big man. And building from his appearances in Slouk Nancy's final 2 matches last season, he intends to keep on playing beyond the regular season this time by pushing the French team through to the top 16.
Well, we just have to do what we do at practice, which is playing hard, getting along, and having fun. You know, you can't be successful in this game if you don't love what you're doing. So just as long as we get along and we're having fun, I think we can do anything.
In the game of the week, Brose Baskets rocked reigning champs Panathinaikos 79-76 at home in what was a huge upset. Another powerhouse team took to the court in Group B, CSKA Moscow, and didn't disappoint the home fans in the Russian capital. They have talent, size, experience, confidence. They have everything they need to reach the main goal this season. And this week the Russians maintained their 100% record by winning their 5th game in a row, downing Unicaja Malaga 77-66 in Moscow. Once again, the winning recipe was the great defensive effort in the key moments of the game. Adding some individual shine to the collective was Andrei Kirilenko. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 6 steals and 3 blocks. A man and a team on a mission. At the other end of the standings, the fight has become very interesting. The first win in the Euroleague regular season for KK Zagreb, who defeated Žalgiris Kaunas 80-78 at home, and in doing so introduced itself into the top 16 race by tying the Lithuanians with 1 win and 4 losses. Not far off Brose with 2 wins and 3 losses. All 3 teams are in the hunt for 4th place. Interesting times lie ahead. Big man. The center of the play. Memories. Your first dunk.
I think it was in the layup lines of when I was in one of the junior teams. It was probably about 14, somewhere there. I think that was the first time. Just one hand dunk. It definitely felt really good because, you know, you just see it on the TV all the time. I saw people around me dunking, so it was nice that I could do it too.
I was happy. I mean, all team was happy. We was kids, like 15 years.
I started to play with 12 and I was tall, almost 2 meters, so I growing up, and that's the moment where everybody tried to touch the rim, try to dunk, you know, and the first time I got some smaller ball, I dunked it. It was like feeling amazing.
I had a really good feeling. It was really fun to have a basketball in my hands, and here. That is love.
It was in the practice and I was very happy. I think so I was 13 years old.
When I played my first game, when I was 17 years old, I went up for my first dunk and I missed. It was a very embarrassing moment, but my first real dunk, it brought a lot of energy and a lot of excitement for me.
Your favorite move?
The dunk.
I think I prefer the right hook, right and left, but mostly the right jump hook.
It's like the spin move.
Spin move and hook shot.
My favorite move is the hook shot, but I'm a really good shooter. I have so many good moves.
The best feeling is like when you make a last shot. That's the best feeling. Or if you can like do something to help your team in the last moment of the game, that's the best feeling.
Inside scoring at Tel Aviv. Long distance shots at Madrid. A mix of it in Milan. Here are the winners' weapons in Group C. A group that at the halfway point found its leader in the shape of Maccabi. But to defeat the last in the standings, Spirou Charleroi, the Israeli team had to play hard until the end. After 35 minutes, the Belgians were down by a slender 3 points. 2 dunks by Smith, answered by Green's triple, and a layup by Skorcianitis gave the hard-end win to Coach Blatt. In Madrid, the long-distance battery of Real, led once again by the lethal J.C. Carroll, defeated Anadolu Efes, nonetheless able to come back through Savanovic. Only another outstanding shooter like Rudy Fernandez assured Coach Lazo another precious home win. And now Partizan. The idea is, let the home team escape in the third quarter. Let them think it will be an easy home win. Then softly, with a couple of 2-pointers, start a silent return. After that, roll out the heavy artillery, Lucic and Matchvan to creep closer. At the end, invite the captain of 1,000 battles, Ketchman, to kill the game and give Partizan the first away win of the season, the third success in a row. Group C, the inside leader. The long-distance artillery. The trapper, but it's only halfway. A derby is always something special. A Euroleague derby is something rare. A Euroleague basket derby is unique. At the end, to win it on the road with an 11-0 run in the last 3 minutes is not only unique, but probably unrepeatable. That's what happened to Bilbao. Vasiliadis is no doubt the MVP with his 12 points. Banic and Dior Fisher did a great job, that's correct, but the heroes of the lethal partial are 2 others. The brain, Dimitrios Mavroidis, and the arm, Josh Fisher. They did everything to win. Look, first defense. Mavroidis contains the driver. Fisher grabs the rebounds and runs a transition to allow the triple by Mumbrou, 81-79. Vasiliadis penetrates, Mavroidis taps in the ball, 81-81. Second defense, Dimitrios contains once again. Josh steals the ball, held by Banic on Serafan's dribble, then drives the fast break for Vasiliadis, 81-83. Third defense, now is Banic to contain, but is by Mavroidis the decisive move. Faking and getting back, he induces Serafin to miss the pass, so Vasiliadis can steal. Then Vasiliadis again penetrates to assist Banic, 81-85. Game over. A team, 2 heroes. That's the Basque Basket Show, folks. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. These are the number of victories for the 6 teams that make up Group D, with Barcelona Regal still undefeated after a 70-66 victory in Turkey against Galatasaray Medical Park. The guests led by 15 at halftime, 44-29, but Galatasaray MP reacted and cut the gap to 66-68 in the closing seconds. Then Jakalakovic intentionally missed a free throw to generate an offensive rebound opportunity, but Luka Andrić was called for a line violation and Barcelona escaped with the win. Donatas Motiejunas, a former Treviso player, reminded Italian fans how good he is, scoring 26 and adding 9 rebounds in Siena, but his Asseco Procom still couldn't find a way to win. Montepaschi answered to the tough loss last week in Barcelona by beating 4 men in double digits with an almost perfect night by Rimantas Kaukenas. Siena finally won 84-73 to hold on to second place in the group. Unix Kazan climbed to third after winning its third game of the season, and for the first time at home. The Russians outplayed Union Olympia Ljubljana 81-51, making the difference in the third quarter, with a partial score of 22-5 in those 10 minutes. Terrell Lydie led his squad with 22 points, closely followed by Mike Wilkinson on 20. Nikos Zisis has fulfilled his promise. After coming through the youth ranks at AEK Athens, he made his Euroleague debut at 17 years old. His displays for the Greek team earned him a move to Benetton Treviso, where a starring role in domestic success for the Italians secured him a move to the Euroleague big time, CSKA Moscow.
As a young guy, I was always trying to give the best in practice and give myself a chance to play in important games in Euroleague competition. And, coaches trusted me, also the veteran teammates that I had trusted me, and that's where everything started for me.
In 2008, Zisis won the Euroleague title with the Russian powerhouse.
First of all, I'll never forget the Euroleague that I won 2008 with my team. Being with one of the best coaches ever, and also having very, big players that not only for the quality as basketball players, but with the quality as, first of all, as human beings, their work ethic every single day. Not to think that they are, they became, let's say, somebody because they have won.
The next year, the team from the Russian capital slipped from the champion spot on the podium to runner-up by a hair's breadth.
I was in the bench. I remember CSKA kind of lost his balance, lost his step, but found the balance, the coordination to basically to make a good shot, and the ball was right there, but was a little bit short. But that was a great, crazy game too. I'll never forget that game, because when you are down 20 in a EuroLeague final, and especially for me, I'm Greek, and I was hearing all the Greek songs. They were already celebrating. They thought that was over, and we make a great second half with our veterans. Understanding that it's not over yet.
And the 28-year-old learned that being down doesn't necessarily mean being out.
I've lived so many, games that you think for sure you're gonna lose. No way that you can come back. Let's say being down 12 in 3 minutes, or up 5, 40 seconds and you lose. This is basketball, you never know. And because big games, knockout games, for sure in the fourth quarter they will go down to big shots, to a big defensive play, a big offensive rebound, a turnover that you might miss the ball for any reason. Sometimes you will be from one side, sometimes you will be from the other side. I remember one of my ex-coaches telling me that you will see in the end of your career, living all these experiences, you will see on these games, you're going to be 50% wins, 50% losses. Mike is right.
Andrei Kirilenko is the Week 5 Bwin MVP, once again after he won the honour for game day 1. Against Unicaja, he collected an index rating of 39, shooting only 3 times from the floor. The rest was made up of rebounds 9, steals 6, fouls drawn 7, blocks 3, and assists 2. Another secret of CSKA's undefeated season. And now, our podium. Bronze medal, J.C. Carroll. The force of numbers, never under 50% on three-pointers. 1 out of 1 at Charleroi, 4 from 4 against EA7, 4 out of 5 at Tel Aviv, 3 from 6 at Belgrade, 5 out of 8 against Anadolu Efes, and we are talking about a rookie. The way to tie Marcus Brown, 319 triples. The Euroleague triples king is long, but give him time. Now a bronze. In the future, who knows? Silver medal, Erazem Lorbek. To speak frankly, nothing special for a player like him. The question is, how many players like him do we know? A big man who can play for a layup or play the low post for the hook in different situations, and not only to ask his teammates like this. Scored triples, sometimes with a little luck, then closed the game with a jumper. Well, doesn't he deserve a silver medal? Gold medal, Omer Onan and Nicolas Mazzarino. A Euroleague veteran, 10 seasons, and a Euroleague rookie veteran, 36 years old, in the same game, both deciding it with their shots. Omar put 18 points, including the three-point play of 70-66 and the first free throws of overtime. Nicolas scored 12 points with a tying triple of regular time. It means their best at the end of the game. The youngest veterans of the Euroleague, the golden age and medals.
Number 3, Madrid, Spain. From one end to the other. Nikola Mirotic blocks the shot, and Rudy Fernandez drives and finishes with an acrobatic layup for Real Madrid. Number 2, Tel Aviv, Israel. Great team basketball by Maccabi Electra. Sean James blocks a shot, and at the other end, Keith Langford finds Lior Eliyahu for the fast break dunk. Another home game, another win for Maccabi. And the number 1 play of the week, Moscow, Russia. Showtime with former MVP Milos Teodosic, who beats his man with a fantastic spin move and connects with Alexei Shved for the alley-oop slam.
Blocking shots is not only a question of jumping. Most of the time, it's more helpful to read the offense. The unquestionable authority at it is Andrei Kirilenko, who has given us a masterclass in performing his art. 8 blocks in the previous games. 5 alone in last week's important win in Athens. Can we understand his technique? Let's try. 1. Never jump before understanding. Look how he follows the driver. Here's Smith. And above all, understands exactly when he'll take the shot. 2. Reading the offense. Andrei, in the middle of the zone, is watching what's unfolding. Then he's at the appointment with cutter and ball. 3. Forcing the offense in a wrong position. Forces Baptiste to stay under the basket, so he's obliged to make a shot without protection. 4. Probably the masterpiece, helping from the weak side. Not only doesn't he jump before the right time, but also he, and not the offense, makes a jumping fake without even leaving the floor in order to convince Baptiste to be out of control. The block here is led by the defense. 5. The winning block. A one-on-one against a great player. First he resists, containing the approach. Then with the help of Kriapa, waits for the right moment to jump and block. I'd like to remind you what happened after this block. The winning triple by Siskauskas. Kirilenko, the 6th man on defense. Winning teams work like this. They have the memory of an elephant. So please don't upset them or face the consequence of their grudge. 6 years ago, Unicaja Malaga inflicted the first home defeat on Panathinaikos after 40 consecutive victories. between the Euroleague and the Greek Championship. 1 year later, Malaga halted Panathinaikos' 11-game winning streak. But, as mentioned, it's better not to make Panathinaikos angry. In those years, the Greeks learned how dangerous Unicaja can be and began to play their best basketball against the Spanish team. In 2006-2007, both teams reached the Final Four, but it was the team from Athens who emerged victorious. In the following years, Obradovic's players showed their respect to Unicaja the only way they know how, by beating them. It's no coincidence that Panathinaikos has won the last 4 games against Malaga. Last year's Euroleague champions beat Unicaja by 26 points at the Waka and by 16 at the Martin Carpena in the last top 16 game. 77-61 in a do-or-die battle, a road victory that pushed the Greeks to the playoffs. Dimitrios Diamantidis has witnessed the entire saga, just like teammate Michael Batiste and Unicaja veteran Bernie Rodriguez, who has the hard task of containing Diamantidis. While for Batiste, with Maric and maybe Kaimakoglu, the stiff test to stop the explosive talent of Joel Freeland. Diamantidis is playing his 8th season in green, Batiste his 9th. They are the living memory of the elephant. Panathinaikos, that is, back bearing a grudge in Malaga.
Turkish Airlines, Euroleague. I feel devotion.